Hello, beautiful friends, starseeds, twin flames, mystics, seekers. You know who you are. I'm back, and today's just going to be, well, not just, but today's going to be a tarot reading. I know I haven't actually done that in a while because I've had so many downloads that I've really just been talking at you, and trying to share these channeled messages. So today we're really just going to go straight to the cards. I hope you guys are well. I hope you're recovering from that full moon and all of that energy we were discussing in the last video. I know I'm trying to do a better job at getting good rest so that I give myself the best chance of feeling like a human during the day and not like a zombie. But yeah, I'm still feeling extra tired and like I need a lot more rest these days. So let's just tune in with the collective. I think we're gonna start with what's going on in the connection. I'm gonna use this energy oracle deck to kind of ask if there's anything, just what's going on, because it's honestly been a minute since I've really checked in. And we're asking the angels, guides, to bless this reading, to assist me in delivering the truth. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to come up. Wow, cards are just falling out today. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have 5th chakra healing, Archangel Gabriel. Yeah, so I have been feeling that coming through quite a bit, that there's a lot of throat chakra healings occurring for both twins, because we are really looking at the union. We're looking at the connection together as a whole right now. And one of the things that has been coming through is that the masculines are really becoming very aware of this connection. They're getting a lot of these third eye activations and downloads. Not only are they becoming aware of this connection, they're becoming very aware of who they are, who they really are. Oops, let me put that in the shot. Their soul, past life recognition, downloads, their powers, not to get super like their powers, but literally their ability to manifest, their ability to communicate through like mind, the telekinesis, right? Just really becoming aware that they are a spiritual being with a lot of capabilities and potential. And obviously you are a part of this, right? You're connected to this divine feminine. And then for the divine feminines, so what that's doing is it's giving them more confidence to be able to speak their truth and to be able to really step into their power, and doing it from a place of love, doing it from a place of higher perspective is what I keep hearing. And for the divine feminines, it's very similar. We are still on this journey. We are still getting these third eye activations. Our bodies are still getting these DNA upgrades and downloads. So we are still in this ascension process. We're not done. We're never quite done. But for the divine feminines, I feel like we really are getting an opportunity to speak our truth, whatever could be coming up in our life. So we are getting this storm warning, and I have pulled the Tower actually for both masculine and feminine, and in a couple private readings. So there could be things coming up in your life at this time that may feel uncomfortable and that may feel like, why is this happening? Like, what is going on? But really, Spirit wants to let you know it's clearing the path. It's clearing the way. We are really clearing the vessel and clearing the space to call in and ground this 5D connection into the 3D physical for union, and not just to be in union, not to be in this physical romantic relationship, but to be on mission, to be ascending together, to be working together and healing the planet, right? On very big scale and very small scale. So it's really this kind of like working together process there. So feminines, whatever's coming up in your life that may feel like a tower moment, that may feel uncomfortable, I'm hearing that a lot are moving, changing locations. There's kind of instability around their home life, around your, maybe partnerships are kind of ending, and it could be karmic relationships, it could be soulmates, it could also be, roommate situations, it could be just changes in like the immediate environment. And anytime that happens, that can kind of rock us and make us a little uncomfortable. But Spirit really wants you to know that anything that's happening right now, you can really trust it's for your highest good, it's for your twins' highest good, it's for everyone's highest good. And we're really just in this process of clearing the vessel. It's going to take a lot of strength, but you are both being blessed with this inner strength and inner warrior energy is what's coming through for both counterparts. You guys are really mirroring each other in that, and it's stepping up in your life and using your voice, speaking your truth wherever you need to, whatever's kind of coming up. And I do feel that there are things coming up for both twins that they're really needing to step in that power and manifest. And I'm also hearing with this, it's about really protecting this union, because now that both twins are really coming into their awakening as far as remembering who they are, remembering who the other person is, with all these downloads, with all this past life coming through really loud and clear. Now we're in a place of stepping into kind of that powerful stance, and it's protecting the union from anything in your life and anyone in your life. There may not be karmic situations or third-party situations any longer. They're kind of tying up right now. But there's still worldly influences that are not having this connection's best interest at heart. Outside influences, especially in the divine masculine's life. Okay, because the divine feminines have, for the most part, done a pretty good job of kind of clearing out the people in their life. And you've kind of learned, because you've been on this journey a little bit longer as far as the awareness and the remembrance, is you've kind of learned who you can talk to about this and who you can't. So you've been in this process of really protecting it for a while. And this is something that the masculines are just now awakening to and being able to see, and now they're learning. So they're very, very aware that they're not going to get advice or comfort or even really support from many in their life when they talk about this. So they really are kind of keeping it inside internally and really manifesting from this place of power. They're on the journey, okay? So if anyone was kind of worried, feeling like your union was maybe off track, off the path, not quite, if you felt like there was stagnancy, if you felt like there was a pause, if you felt like there were blocks, Spirit is letting us know there is not. There are no blocks at this time. Both twins are doing exactly what they need to do. And if you're feeling the doubt, divine feminines, because I know I'm really talking mostly to you, divine masculines are always welcome here. So if you find us, hello, you're welcome. You're more than loved. But for divine feminines, I feel that many have been in this place as of late of feeling the retreat and the disconnection, especially in the 3D, and not really having that proof, let's say, or it's an R word, Spirit. It's not coming. It's not coming. I'm gonna let it go for now. But that you're not getting that kind of like proof or being able to see it in the 3D at this time, because the masculines are doing deep, deep healing and going inward again. And we kind of felt that shift, and that kind of rocked some of us. I personally was a little bit like discombobulated about it, because I had felt this momentum and this build, and then it was kind of like it all just like went away really quick. And then here we are back in our separate corners, and it was a little bit discombobulating, and it felt like, well, like there must be something I'm doing wrong, or there must be something that's blocked, or maybe there is a third party, maybe there's something going on. Spirit is saying, no, you are on the journey. You're in that magic dark. You're in that void space at this time. And I know we've visited this space many times in the journey, and it's probably our least comfortable place to be, because it's in that place when it's like quiet, it's still. You know something's coming. You know there's breakthroughs. When you tune in and you trust yourself, but you're not seeing it. You're not seeing it. You're not getting that proof. You're not getting that, oh my God, I really want to know what this R word is that I'm thinking of. Anyways, but Spirit is saying, no, you're both on the journey. Just set those fears down, set those anxieties down. There's no reason to be in that fear. There's no reason for you to be stressing about that. Oops, I lost a card. We're getting financial constraints, and I've really been feeling and hearing this for both counterparts. The masculines have been making big changes in their lives, in their 3D lives. They have been disconnecting from their 3D to go inward, do this healing, do this processing. And from that healing, they've been realizing that there's a lot of shifts and changes, and some of them have begun to make those changes in a very real way. Others are kind of waiting for the right time and moving a little bit slowly, but very intentionally, because reminding you they are on the journey, okay? So they're on their journey, they're doing it in their divine timing, and they are really listening to spirit. They're waiting for that guidance of when to act, when to move forward. But there's concerns, for the masculines, what I'm hearing is there's concerns about how do I ground this partnership in my 3D? How will we make money? How will we survive? How will we, because there's this feeling now that there's this remembrance and this knowing of this very deep spiritual connection where it's like, well, I don't want to participate in the world anymore. Like if I have this person, like I don't really, and I know you guys can relate to this, divine feminines. It's like if you have this person, then what's the point of just struggling in the 3D anymore? Like, let's just disappear, let's go off the grid. But then it's like, but how, it's finding that balance of living in the 3D with this higher awareness of the 5D and being on mission, so still continuing to give and be in service to the collective, not just retracting from society and retreating. And it's about finding that autonomy and that independence. And so the finances are a part that I think is on both twins' minds. I feel that for the feminine twins, there have been some tower sort of storm moments around finances lately. And it's because the feminines are being deeply initiated into their masculine even more. So as the masculines have kind of been working through their feminine initiation and really cultivating that healing, the feminines have been called to kind of clear the vessel and fine-tune anything within their own inner masculine that needs that confidence, needs that trust and that power. And so spirit teaches that through situations that can challenge your first chakra, that can challenge that root chakra, challenge your home, stability, environment, money, finances, and being able to, sometimes the answer isn't going to come. So with these sort of things, with these tower moments, sometimes you don't get the answer right in the moment. And the lesson or the invitation from spirit is trust that you will figure this out, that this will resolve itself. Trust that even if you don't know right now in this moment how it's going to work, trust that it's going to work. Trust that I will come in and I will support you, and you are not alone on this, and the answers will reveal themselves at the exact right divine timing. Something else I wanted to touch on really quickly about this financial, it was a download that came through. There's this idea that these twin flame journeys have been refined. Spirit has been working with these twin flame souls for lifetime after lifetime, really trying to get us to perfect it. And there's another beautiful reader that's kind of shared this idea with me, and it like resonated so deeply. And what she shared was that there was one point where the spirit kind of had it set up where the twin flames would meet, and then they would awaken together and they would go through the ascension process together. But what would happen with that is they would just fall so deeply and madly in love that they didn't worry about their service. They didn't worry about their mission at that point. They were just living in this beautiful harmony of like feel good all the time, and they forgot about their mission work. And so that's really what your masculines are grounding. That's what they're kind of, whether it's really conscious awareness and conscious thoughts, that's part of their work right now that spirit has given them. Like, we need you to figure out how to lead this ship, how to ground this union, how to really keep it on track. That's that masculine energy. Because coming into union is going to be very powerful, and it is going to invoke all of those feelings, and you are going to get to experience that honeymoon phase and that, just absolute joy and ecstasy again. However, spirit wants to make sure, is reminding you, you still have to live in this 3D. We still have mission work for you, and you can't eject yourself from society, because that didn't work before. We've tried it before. So that was just a funny not funny, but that was like a download that came through. Okay, let's go to, we have Thinking Man. So again, we're in the connection. So the masculines are doing a lot of deep processing and thought, and this is around their heart space. This is around your connection, how they've shown up in it. It's around their lives. It's around reworking everything that they thought they knew to come back to this place of balance. Things are shifting for them like rapidly. They're really, really in a process of rapid shift. And so feminines know that they are not neglecting this connection. They are not off the path. You are not doing this work alone. They are just in this process, and they really need to do that without the influence of your presence at this time. They don't want to be leaning on you. They don't want to be relying on you. They don't want to be distracted by you, honestly. Like, that's a very real thing. It's sometimes them keeping themselves away it's not about the rejection of you. It's like they're going inward and doing this process and this thinking and really making these massive changes because they're on purpose now. They're on mission now. They're on their journey, and they're on this mission for spirit. They're really kind of doing these things to ground this. So I do feel like we're getting a lot of confirmations for the feminines in this reading today that it's okay. Man holding a heart, he or she, your masculine, is ready, is opening this heart space for this union to ground it. But there is so much healing that needs to occur there, and it needs to be a solo inward process, and it needs to be done with care. It needs to be done with tenderness and slowness. You know, it's that Knight of Pentacles energy. The masculines really embody that Knight of Pentacles, where they don't want to mess it up, they don't want to be hasty, they don't want to rush it, but their heart is opening. And this is in the connection energy. So in the connection energy, the masculines are really thinking, they're really opening their heart, they're doing this healing for this connection. That is their motivation. That is what's keeping them grounded and strong. Okay, so we do have the garden and the gate, and this is again in the connection. So there is this feeling of, well, I don't want to, you go first. Okay, so as both counterparts are doing their healing and their work, there's this feeling I'm hearing from the divine feminines. It's like, I've done the work. I've given, I've showed up, I've shared my heart, I've been vulnerable, and I've been rejected again and again. So I'm just going to sit here and wait. I'm going to sit here and wait till I see that proof, till I feel it's safe. But Spirit is saying that's not how it works, love bug. You have to open yourself up. You have to step into this place of unconditional love. And that is when you are opening yourself up to receive and having that met, having that mirrored and matched. And it's the same thing for the divine masculines. They really have had this fear of losing you. They have had this fear of this connection. They have really had this fear of the vulnerability, of being honest, of sharing their true feelings. And Spirit is encouraging both twins to really let go of this energy once and for all. That it's not about keeping yourself safe until you can see that the storm has passed and that it's blue skies. No, it's about stepping out, and because that's almost like it's an act of devotion. It's an act of commitment to say, I am willing to step into this no matter what's going on, no matter what fears I have. It's not waiting for the fear to be gone, because the fear will never be gone. It's acting with it. It's acting in spite of it. It's mastering it. It's mastering that ego. So mastering that ego is a big message with this, because this is the ego. The ego is the one that wants to keep us stuck. The ego is the one that wants to keep us in this comfort, this place, because the ego just wants to keep us safe. That's really its whole goal. And it feels that when we're in our little garden, when we're protected and safe in our little garden, that's where we're safe. Wow. Okay. Beautiful. So I got some clarifiers for this. Wow. Okay. So we're getting contract, and I wanted to know what contract we were referring to. We have the Lovers on the bottom of the deck, the clarifying deck. There's the Knight of Pentacles. We're getting the Six of Pentacles, so many pentacles, grounding this in 3D, y'all. And then we're getting the Eight of Pentacles. So self-mastery, diligence, working steadily, slowly to this goal of Two of Cups. So this contract that is coming up in the connection, this is the union. This is marriage. This is commitment. This is This is this coming together in this from a place of wholeness, from a place of balance, from a place of being self-mastered, grounded in the 3D. All these things we've been working through. I don't know if you saw me, I just saw like a little dot on my table. That OCD kicks in sometimes. It's really balanced. I mean, this Libra full moon really brought a lot of this, a lot of these ideas and downloads, especially to the masculines, because it was kind of brand new information for them and it was overwhelming. And now they're just working to integrate and to heal that and listening to their guidance, listening to what they're being asked to do to be ready for this, to be ready for this. So this is really beautiful, and it's slow and steady. It's slow and steady, and it's slow and steady so that it is equal reciprocity, so that it is both counterparts being able to give and receive, and not building something that's going to have to crumble and then separate and then come back together and then separate and then come back together. That is what Spirit is working to eliminate, and you and your twin are working to eliminate. That is what is being worked through at this moment in time, to come together in this beautiful, beautiful contract. And her blindfold for me right now, what I'm hearing is it's about trust. It's about the faith, the ultimate faith in the divine, in yourself, and in your counterpart. It's really important that you trust. It's really important because right now is kind of that crunch time. It's a difficult time. Wow. Okay. Interesting. It's a difficult time in many ways because the ego is really being challenged. The ego is really being kind of stretched to its limit because, again, we're in that magic dark, that void, right? Where we're really in our own corners doing our own healing work, and we're not really getting to communicate. We're not really getting to see, okay, what are you working on? Okay, here's what I'm working on, right? We're really in those final stages of solo journeying before the coming together in the 3D. But I do want to remind you that you can always connect in the 5D. You can always connect in the astral dream space. If you're feeling alone, connect to your guides, ask for support, and call on your twin's higher self, and you can always connect there. And they're probably waiting for you to do that. Okay, so we got envy. We still have lovers on the bottom of the deck, the clarifying deck. And I wanted to know what this was around, because at times I've gotten this card for the masculine envying the feminine envying the masculine. It's kind of been between the counterparts, but it is not. It is it's third party, and it's the community. We have 3 of Cups. So it is, again, Spirit just wants both twins. Spirit wants both twins to be very, very aware of this energy. Not fearful, not giving your power away, not worried, not in anxiety. Because you have this Knight of Swords power. You are blasting through, you are cutting, slicing through any doubt, any fears, anything that someone tries to throw at you, at either counterpart, or throw at this connection. You are armed with truth. Divine truth. So you do not need to be fearful. You just need to be aware. And this is something that I feel that that Spirit and the guides have really been trying to show to the masculine and expose them to it, because they have such beautiful, pure hearts. I've had this conversation with other divine feminines where the divine feminines have really worked in the shadow. We've really worked in our own darkness. We've really been exposed to it. We're very aware of it. So we can really see it in others very clearly. Like, I actually have physical body reactions to people sometimes. Like, I will have, like, there will be a person and there'll be no reason on the 3D, like on the surface level, of why I would have such a strong, like, you know, they're being nice, they're smiling, they're like, hi, nice to meet you, whatever. And I'm literally like, ugh. Like, this is how I feel, and I just like want to walk as far away as I can. And that's because that's one of the gifts of being the feminine and giving that sight, being able to really feel somebody's truth and someone's divinity, someone's darkness, someone's light. The masculines, I feel, have this purity of heart where they think they can see the darkness, but they have a really hard time discerning through the masks. They have a really hard time discerning through the fronts. So they can get really duped, especially by spiritual people. Because in my journey, the most dangerous or the people you really want to watch out the most for are the people that wear a spiritual mask, that say, I'm a spiritual person, I do spiritual work, blah, 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 blah. But deep down, they are not pure of heart. Their intentions are not pure. So Spirit has been working with the masculines to really expose this and to show them who in their community did they think was for them and is not really for them, whoever it is. And it could be anyone. It could be family. It could be friends, business partners. It could be a lot of people in their community. And they're having to recognize that it's this envy, it's this misalignment, it's this wanting to keep him stuck or her stuck and not empowered. Because when they ascend, which they are right now, these people in their lives and their community are feeling them getting further and further away from them because they're vibrating at a totally different level, different frequency. And these people in their lives that were feeding off of their energy, both counterparts, right? But I do know that the feminines have done a lot more work on this. So I feel like the feminines are at a little bit different of a level. But it is Spirit just saying, check yourself, check your community always. Make sure you're clear on who you share with and who you know. But as specifically talking about the masculines, as they are, feeling this energy, as Spirit is revealing to them, they are ascending and they are pulling away energetically, and the people around them are really feeling that and they don't like it. And so they are using, and some of them can be extremely, I would say, smart. They're smart. I was going to say powerful, and I'm like, no. They're very smart in the things that they say. So they know that they can't say oh, I don't like her, right? About you, Divine Feminine, or, you guys are not good for each other. But they can put little seeds of doubt and little seeds of fear and little, tiny little nuggets oh, I don't think twin flames are real. Yeah, I think that's bullshit. And this is coming from someone who's a very spiritual person, who the Divine Masculine maybe previously thought was a very wise person who was maybe a guide to them. And then this person's putting a little bit of doubt because of that envy, because they know that they are going to lose the energy of the masculine that they have been siphoning. And this is like anyone in their life. This is not just people that maybe are jealous, like third party situations and romantic situations. This is just people in their life. This could be their own family. Okay? So Spirit is giving us a lot of support on that to really clear out that space. Okay? So we're going to ask, I want to know about the divine, we're going to ask for both feminine and masculine, where the heart space is, where their heart space is right now for the connection. So really how they're kind of seeing their counterpart, how they're feeling about this connection. I haven't told Spirit who I'm talking about yet, so let's flip that over. Okay, so let's go with the divine masculines first. So how are they seeing this connection? Ooh, baby. Okay. We got a card on the floor. Okay. Okay, that's quite a few. Okay, bottom of the deck is death. Yeah, so they have been transforming for this connection. They have really, really been going through their life and fine-tuning, like I say, and getting very clear on what needs to go, what needs to be transformed in order to honor this connection, in order to step into their own power and divinity and self-mastery with this Eight of Pentacles. I've been getting this so much. So this is really grounding this higher knowledge, this spiritual awareness, everything that they've been learning on their journey. This is really, it's like, look at this circle and wheel. It's really accumulation and coming to completions so that they can start again and begin again as their authentic self. And they know that this connection is the passion, it's the motivation that's driving this forward. And they really know that now. Since meeting you, their life has not been the same. And they resisted that. They resisted that for a while. And it's just kind of the masculine's nature. They're slower movers. They're just a little bit slower in their kind of processing and getting to these things, right? And many of them are very stubborn. And that's no shade. That's just the masculine. It's very stubborn. They need to learn things on their own. They need to figure it out on their own. It's really important for them to kind of figure it out. Okay, we also have this devil here. I don't want you to be worried about it, because actually what I'm hearing, it's really a positive message. It's they have been working through anything in their life that has kept them in this energy with you and this connection. So they're very aware that their own projections, their own fears, their own codependencies, their own addictions, their own patterns, all of that, they have been casting that light and that shadow, let's call it that. They've been casting that shadow on your connection, and they're coming clean on that. I'm hearing coming clean, come into Jesus moment. I'm not religious, but I just think it's kind of funny. Like, it's like, come into Jesus. I do work with Yeshua, but just not in a Christian sort of way. Anyways, just had to give that caveat. We love Jesus here. Also, there's two messages with this Devil card. I'm sure some of you feminines have been feeling this, but there is a lot of heat and a lot of passion right now that is coming back into the connection. As the twins have gone into their kind of separate corners, there is this reigniting, and it's all around self-worth, right? It's all around self-love. So as the Kundalini is rising and as this awakening is happening, and both twins, but right now we're really talking about the masculines, as they start to fall in love with themselves, as they begin to regain their power and their strength, that passion is coming online again. That fire, that flame is being ignited. They're falling in love with themselves. They're falling in love with their life, and that is only bringing them deeper into passion and connection towards you, Divine Feminine, because we are asking how they're feeling about this connection. So I do feel that this Devil energy is actually coming up as very strong sexual energy, very strong creation energy, very strong. It's like a magnet. It's like the flame. And sex magic is actually a beautiful tool. I don't talk about much on this channel, but I do feel that that is something that the twins are here to kind of share with the collective. And if that is something you're called to and you're drawn to, now is a beautiful time while we are still in this separation period. Now is a beautiful time to explore that. And what I mean by sex magic is manifesting from your sacral power, manifesting and calling in your desires and what you want from that place, from that sexual passion, from that sexual energy, because it's our life force. It is our Kundalini energy. And I feel that the masculines are exploring that right now and really kind of diving into their own power. And how do they have this power without it swaying into the toxic masculine or the wounded masculine? How do they own this power without taking advantage, without causing fear, right? How are they in their integrity with this power? And this is part of the self-mastery that is all inspired by this connection. We are also getting the Fool. So when they are looking at this connection, when they are looking at you, Divine Feminine, they are very, very much in this energy of wanting to take that leap of faith, wanting to trust, wanting to surrender, wanting to start again. I often hear with this card, especially when it's in relation to like the Divine Masculines, is it's a fool for love. You know, they're rewriting their whole story about love and what they thought it meant, what relationships meant, that you know, you have to sacrifice your independence, like you have to give away parts of yourself, like you can't be yourself. And they're realizing that that's not the case in this connection with you, that it is not about sacrificing either of your autonomies or your sovereignty. It is about coming together in that and really honoring your own individual selves and coming together to elevate that and become a whole, more powerful unit of love and healing for this planet. So with this Nine of Pentacles, they're really stepping into their independence, their autonomy, their sovereignty, their power. They're making choices. They're stepping away from any codependency. They're stepping away from that idea that they need someone else to be whole or complete, whether this is showing up in their business, in their families, in their relationships. The masculines didn't want to admit that they had codependency, but with attachment styles, if you're familiar with attachment styles, there is anxious attachment and there's avoidant attachment. So if either person is exhibiting those behaviors, which, hello, the runner, avoidant attachment. I don't know why I just did quotes. There was no reason for quotes there. I'm like, I get quote happy. But the avoidant is the runner, right? And the anxious is the chaser. And both of those are codependencies. those are rooted in codependency and not having secure, stable attachment. And that comes from childhood, wounding, all these things, right? So the masculines are really becoming aware that at the root of their need to run and at the root of their fear and rejection and avoidance of love and true love is actually their own fear of being alone. It's actually their own fear of not being loved. It's their own fear of being rejected. It's all rooted in these codependencies that all comes from the childhood. So they're really working through this, again, self-mastery, really doing this work in a real way, not pretending anymore. They're really doing it. So it's enabling them to really step into this, and now they're getting very clear that they can have this new beginning with you, and it's not something they need to be afraid of any longer. We're getting the Princess of Cups, and we're also getting the Ten of Cups. So when they're thinking about this connection, when they're thinking about you, they are seeing you as this beautiful, enlightened, divine feminine who is so connected to the etheric, who is so connected to mysticism, and their interest and their intrigue in these sort of, the tarot, astrology, healing, energy healing, whatever the things are that they're being drawn to, they're actually being called to explore it for themselves right now. Spirit is guiding them. I feel like Princess of Cups card for me can often speak to someone who is really beautifully communing with the divine, who is really clearly asking their guides for assistance and help, and following the messages that they get, acting on them. So I feel that the masculines have been here for a while, and it's all related to you in this connection. You are their inspiration. You held that mirror. You led the way on this. And we've said for a while, and many other readers have said this process for the divine masculines is really about creating that depth of connection and relationship with God. They got to get right, and they got to get clear with God before they can get right and clear with you. And that's what this process has been. That's really at the root of it, what's going on right now and what's occurring. And it's all because of this connection that they have. It's all because of your example, what they've seen, the beauty that you've really exhibited in your love of the divine. And they're seeing that their emotional fulfillment, their joy, their happiness, everything that they've ever wanted is with you. And that they were denying that. They were taking the scraps. They were taking the breadcrumbs. What they were seeing with you, they weren't seeing that it was possible to have this. They didn't think that they could deserve it or match it or meet it for you. Many masculines wanted their divine feminines to go find someone else because they didn't think they'd ever be able to be in this space for her or for him, that they could provide this. And they didn't want to be a letdown. They didn't want to be a disappointment. That would have crushed them more than anything. So they actually really wanted to kind of push this away and give it to someone else. And that would have broken their heart. But at the same time, they felt that it would have broken their heart even more to enter into this with you and not be able to give this, not be able to really be at this. And that's why they're inward right now. That's why they're doing this, because now they're really clear that they do deserve this because they have been communing with spirit. They know that this is for them. They know they can have this. They know they are equally as powerful as you. They're not just looking at you as this beautiful star, this magical creature who barely exists in the 3D. They're like, oh, I am her, she is me. They're starting to really get this journey, and they're starting to dissolve all the separation, and they're starting to really come into this higher awareness that this is for them. They just got some work to do, and they're like, no problem, I'm gonna do it. So give me time, feminines, give me space, please. It's not because I'm rejecting you. It's not because I don't love you, and I may not be ready to really share with you yet what's going on because I'm still figuring out how to do that. I'm still figuring out how to share my heart. But please just trust me, okay? Wow, beautiful mirroring energy here. I'm asking for the divine feminines. Wow. Yeah, divine feminines. I hear you. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Let's see what we have on the bottom of the deck. Oh, and there's a card right there. Okay, so we have Princess of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So a lot of pentacles coming up in this reading today. Really grounding really grounding into the earth right now for both twins, both counterparts. So this is how the divine feminines are feeling about this connection and how they're seeing their divine masculine. So it's page energy, Princess of Pentacles. It's page energy, right? So it's really, it's kind of like novice. There, especially from divine feminines right now, there is some doubt. How are we going to ground this? How is this going to happen if you won't talk to me, if you won't communicate with me? I'm really hearing the impatience of the divine feminines. And I know, I get it. Trust me, I get it. It's because we've been doing our work and we've really been on this journey for so long, some of us, and we're really just like, please, like, please just get it together. You know, we feel the new beginning. We feel it's on the horizon. We feel it coming, and we're just like, where is it? You know, the springtime energy in the air is actually getting us a little bit restless and a little bit like, okay, I want to move because we're getting the Chariot. Okay, so we're just like, I need to move. Okay, let's go. What's going on? What's the holdup, right? And that's why we keep deceiving ourselves and believing that there is a holdup, that there is a block. And Spirit's like, no, there is no block. Everything's good. We're okay. You can trust that. But the divine masculines are not ready to rush in yet because they have this healing that we just explored. They have a lot that they're really working through, and this Chariot moment is coming. But the divine feminines are really, really kind of anticipating this. So the advice from Spirit is to let go of that if you can, and to work through that as much as you can. Let go of this fearful energy, because it's rooted in fear. It's rooted in fear that it's not coming, because if you knew and you trusted and you believed that it was coming, you wouldn't be trying to push it or rush it along, because you would know that it is exactly the divine timing, and every little bit of time that it takes is what needs to happen in order for this union to come through in the ultimate highest form. And you know that deep down. We as divine feminines just need reminders on this journey about this. We're also getting, okay, so Seven of Cups has come up a lot for me with both counterparts. And I feel for you right now with this divine feminines is it's like, it's this option. It's like there's so many options, and there's so many, you see so many timelines, and they're kind of overwhelming you actually, because I think some of you have really been in this place of like, do I stay? Do I go? Do I hold on? Do I let go? You know, maybe you're getting offers, maybe you're getting invitations to other timelines, and you have this fear that it's going to take you away from this or from this union. But it's not. It's not going to take you away from this union. Everything is guiding you back home. Everything is the path home. So if something is showing up in your space, tune into your guidance, tune into yourself, and make a choice and trust that if it's showing up in your space, it's for you. There's a reason for it. And to let go of this sort of anxious energy, because I'm really feeling this as like an anxious overwhelm. And it's emotions. It's kind of the like messier emotions of just not being very grounded, not being very stable, just really kind of being all over the place. And you can really trust it. It's going to be okay. So working through those energies as they come up. We're mirroring each other with this Eight of Pentacles. So we're both working on self-mastery. We're both really grounding it in the material. And yeah, for the feminines, there's a lot of masculine initiations and masculine work right now, and really harmonizing and unifying within ourselves with our feminine and our masculine. So any tower moments, any uncomfortability, any difficulty, just know that it's pushing you together. It's moving you like magnets together, and you're both in this. You are working alongside each other, hand in hand, if you will, in the higher realms. You are really seeing your masculine as this King of Cups. You are feeling this emotional heart opening that he's going through. You're feeling his energy. You're feeling him shift, and that's kind of where this anticipation comes from, because you're like, okay, well, if you're in this space, where's the affection? Where's this Knight of Cups coming in? Like, where are you? Hello? Like, I can feel you. I feel that you love me. I feel that you're awakened to this. So what's going on here? Why are you? And perhaps you're being ignored, right? Perhaps you have reached out, and perhaps there's kind of like this energy of like, I don't understand. You feel like it's mixed signals, it's mixed messages, but it's really it's your own fear, divine feminine. It's your own fear that is keeping you in that mixed messages, mixed signals. It's not the truth. It's really the illusion, because this card is all about illusion. And when we're really connected and grounded in the 3D, there's a lot of illusion available to get us tripped up. Yeah, so because there's so much pentacles in this read, I do feel that the feminines have not quite mastered the 3D and the kind of being able to discern and cut through what is illusion, what is truth. And almost everything in the 3D is illusion, it's not real. So arm yourself with that knowledge, arm yourself with that power, and really trust and really keep going. Keep going with your self-mastery. Anything that comes up, give it attention, heal it, and move on. You have the power to do this. You have the support. If you're struggling, call on your guides, ask for support. You know, write down your fears and concerns in a journal, and then shut the book and walk away from it. Let the anxiety leave your brain, leave your body, and give it to your guides, give it to your angels. They want to support you. So it's beautiful that you're seeing the masculines in this way, feminines, and you know that this is coming. You know that this offer is coming. You know that this display of the heart and truth is coming. You know it, you feel it, but it's not here yet. And you're still feeling like the masculines are in this King of Cups where they're not quite revealing what's going on. But that is it's divinely ordained. There's a divine purpose to that. And you're still healing, okay? 5 of Swords here. You are still healing the defeat of the past, the loss and the rejection of the past in this connection. I feel that this week especially, and last week, that the divine feminines have really been having memories come up. Things that your masculine said, situations, instances come up out of the blue, things you haven't thought about in a long time, things you thought you had forgiven. But it's that ringing out, it's that last bit of refinement, clearing the space, clearing the vessel to ground this union. So a lot of kind of pain energy and defeat, and it's coming up in the head space, and Spirit is inviting you to drop it in and feel it into the heart space. And once you feel it in the heart space, that's when you'll get the peace from it. That's when you'll get the reprieve, and it will let go. You'll transmute it. We are transmuters. So Spirit's really letting you know that you may feel like you're ready, and you may feel like you're impatient, and you're like, let's get this going. And you're close. You're very close. But there's still these little pieces, these little daggers that you had stuck in your heart that are kind of clouding up the headspace and bringing about this energy and bringing about the impatience. And it's really time to kind of feel them. Give them your attention. This 4 of Pentacles is interesting. I'm getting several messages with this one. Spirit is saying, do not let go of this connection. Do not let go of what you know. Do not let go of this journey. Your masculines are not letting go of this journey. The other day I did a read where I got attachment for the masculines, and I was like, uh-oh, what's going on here? And I got the Lovers, Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. I'm trying to remember what other card. Anyways, I got it confirmed basically with this connection, that they are attached to this connection. They are not letting it go. So now is not the time for you to let it go, Divine Feminine. Do what you got to do to take care of yourself. Follow your guidance always. When opportunities come up, when invitations come up, I'm not telling you not to take them. I'm just saying, do not let go of this journey. Know that it is for you, and you are grounding it. You are building a solid, sturdy foundation in the 3D right now. Just trust that. Just trust it and let it go. When you are in fear, acknowledge it, feel it, write it down in your journal, and walk away. The other message with this is a lot of these tower moments, a lot of this 3D masculine initiations we've been discussing in this reading is really coming through right now for you, Divine Feminines, because you are learning to become that Queen of Pentacles, to become a master of your environment, a master of the 3D, where you can create anything and you can handle anything. So anything that's thrown your way, recognize this isn't really the truth, this is illusion. Think of it as a game. Think of the 3D as literally like a board game or like a, simulation. And you have the power at any minute to kind of shift out of, if you don't like the draw you got, right? If there's something you don't like, shift out of it. Just shift out of it. Cancel, delete, next. Move on. So there's a deep kind of initiation here on the foundations in your life in the 3D. This moment isn't going to last forever, and it may be uncomfortable, but it's really going to initiate you into deeper and deeper awareness and higher spiritual truths. So you can trust that. There's so much love coming through. Your masculines love you. Masculines, your feminines love you. This is true love. This is like the real deal. And it's so challenging at times because it's the real deal, because we haven't experienced the real deal before. So it challenges and threatens everything in our lives because we're just so like, I can't lose this. And am I deserving of this, right? Like it triggers all of that stuff. So keep going, beautiful twin flames. You got this. I'm sending you all so much love. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to all the new subscribers. I love making these for you. So if you can just like this video, share it with your friends. I love hearing from you. So please comment if it resonates and you want to share something. But all of those things really help this channel grow. So thank you so much. And I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I will be back soon.